It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims? Indulge us in a few more questions.
What should you ask him? I'm guessing he didn't do that. He probably doesn't know this either. Why did you enter the TV? Is a question I want to ask.
I didn't know.
What?
I never thought it would be that kind of place.
So he didn't really know. We just thought. I guess he just knew that putting people in the TV was some kind of way to get them in as early as possible. Who killed the first two?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
And this also brings up the fact that this only has made another, my old theory that I am secretly the killer come up again. Because, if he didn't know that that he could go in the TV, there is only one person who knew that he could go in the TV, basically from the beginning, and that was my character. But then again, why would I send warning letters to myself? But who the hell knows? My character seems to be able to function on 1 hour sleep, so maybe he's just insane.
What are you talking about?
As I thought.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
We did blame you for everything at first. But now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Okay.
Please, tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
I kind of imagine him going into an Egoraptor spiel and just saying the craziest shit. The sky is blue, soapbox are yellow.
To listen? Do my story?
Sure. Alright.
Alright.
Oh, are we going into anime? Are we gonna see anime? No anime.
Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either.
I just realized they refer to him as reminiscing Namatame.
Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows and forced to resign from the program she was on.
What? Seriously? That's just dumb.
I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her.
I guess
I couldn't even do that.
Yeah, I guess it sort of reflects a lot of society, the fact that people a lot of times are blamed for things they ultimately have little control over. I mean, yeah, someone cheats on you, it's like, it's your fault. It's like, what?
I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, My arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water.
I have to wonder what makes someone have this ability.
I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV. I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane.
I got it. The ability to go through through the TV is determined by people's hair color. Hey, look, his hair color matches mine.
In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected.
Wait, for what? For cheating on his wife or whatever? I can't remember. I'm guessing this was after senatorial work or something, because I think that's what it was. I can't remember.
That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi being found dead. And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown.
Namatame is casting his eyes downward painfully.
I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remember the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again. And I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I have to wonder how long they've been doing this shit. Then again, like, he said it was a rumor he learned a long time ago, so has this been going on for just a really long time?
I remember that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did. So I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
Didn't he just say it was...
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store.
Okay. Are we going anime, folks? Nope.
After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful. But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain.
Yeah, that is looking kind of disturbing if it wasn't a very clear loop.
That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please!
Okay, they didn't really think that. Well, actually, would that be a sign that someone was calling her at the same night she disappeared?
The next day, they found her dead.
Yeah, the night they found her dead.
I knew she was gonna be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl.
Oh, it was Mayumi who got yeah, it was Mayumi who got ostracized. I thought it was actually his original wife.
I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
Yeah.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life.
Huh.
Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you.
Will this... Actually, no. This is probably still in his room, so it'll probably start dictating when he's writing... Yep, writing stuff down, so...
She'll be kidnapped next. And murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her?
You probably should have made sure it was safe first, man.
What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again.
I'm pretty certain the Midnight Channel signals don't last this long. I'm just saying.
And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calmed down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably.
So, kidnapping it
It
is.
seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it.
It's fascinating when people really believe that they have a mission in life, they become incredibly motivated and will go to extreme lengths to do it.
Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
This might have actually had ultimately great delaying effects. Because, if I'm not mistaken, like, Mayumi and Saki were... There was barely any time from the time they were kidnapped to the time they died. Whereas these people all survived for weeks. Or actually, no, for at least a week over there.
Shin, give me a break. You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
Yeah, I had to think about it. I had to tell him about that.
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me.
Huh.
I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
Nope.
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril. It was my friends here who really saved us all.
I had a feeling that was it.
Yeah, it could be. I think a big part of this is the fact that when you're over there, you're facing your shadow. Huh. But then again, there was no shadow for Nanako.
When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place. I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew. You couldn't even get out of that place on your own. I thought I was going insane. I probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society. But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero.
That would actually explain why the last world was heaven. Although, from what I understand, apparently Shin Megami Tensei has apparently, like, they just have a tradition of making everything some metaphor for going to heaven and then going to hell, or like something similar to that. Of course, this is just what I've heard. I don't know.
I never doubted what I saw on TV, and believed everything was as I wanted it to be.
Actually, that might also explain the Void Quest. You know, where the guy was the hero, but that was like, wait, how the fuck did that guy get in the TV, now that I think about it?
I didn't think for myself at all. That's why I couldn't protect them. I'm to blame for all of this.
Yeah, it's done, it's done.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that. I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Kidnapping is already a serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world, you can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people.
Yeah.
The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
Huh.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
Yeah, you really didn't think more than two people would work,
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
or would raise suspicions.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
Man, this cop has got to be confused as hell. That's our plan.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders.
Yeah, the cop's totally lost.
It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
Totally lost. You've taken another step towards the truth. I guess the idea behind making this judgment or the Seekers of Truth is that we are judging people and trying to figure out what is the truth. But then again, I would have figured something with judgment would have been a social link with like a god or something. Well, who knows? Maybe they're implying that we've become so powerful at this point that we almost are demigods in our power. But then again, that's also retarded. Seeker of the Truth social link has reached level 3. Past great personas of the Judgment Arcana has grown.
Now get out of here!
Get out of
I
here!
told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh. I better not see you rascals here again.
Rascals. That really is reminding me of Mr. Wilson.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
So we're gonna have to...
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
Yeah.
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it.
Yeah. Although I really don't want to go full interrogation mode onto her brother. Because that's like the first person that comes to mind when I'm thinking about this.
Let's
so.
split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
Alright.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
Alright. I almost imagine that whatever force might have taken Nanako's life, somehow Teddy took it. Tomorrow, you'll all be going out to talk to people in town. Will this finally help uncover the information that will lead you to the true culprit? You decide to go home early and get some rest. So, that was about... seems to do better about somewhere in the realm of an hour and 20 minutes of cutscenes. So yeah, that was quite a lot. Now, so what is my social link status? Quite a bit better than it used to be. Although I do find it kind of fitting the one person that I did not finish. Oops. Was the brother of the person we're now going to start investigating. That's kind of hilarious. And also, my items. I have to actually say something. What I didn't know, I might have pointed this out, is that on rainy days you can find random enemies in the dungeons called like rainy brothers and sisters and stuff like that in Talc, and you can get better weapons that way. Some of the... I can't remember which are which, but yeah. And I was playing a lot smarter with a lot of these things, so... my situation is a lot better. And my persona's completely different now. So yeah. Yosuke has this thing. We already had that. Already had that. We already had that, but we didn't really play with it. Kanji has this, which is ridiculous. Naoto has this, which actually looks kind of awesome. It's actually that type of androgynous design that actually helps make something look mysterious. And Teddy's looks exactly the same. By the way, I managed to somehow get something with Repel Physical, Invigorate 3, and Invigorate 2. Oh, plus it increases my party's defense. So that's kind of awesome. But anyway, that's gonna have to be it for this part of Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4 Blind. Not that I did a lot of playing in this part. So next time, we're gonna have to start talking to everybody. See you guys then.